How's it going, guys? And today I'm gonna talk about getting woke and going broke and how it happens, who's doing it, and the phenomenon that is capturing so many corporations and big companies. And I just thought of another one I should talk about. Crap. But yeah, a lot of companies have been sacrificing their own target audience and or their consumer base in order to get woke, to avoid the mob, or to avoid the people with the loudest voices complaining about things. And it's like, if you're a business, you have no business in politics. And in fact, if you get political, odds are people are just going to run away from your company. You know, like who wants to have politics shoved down their throat when they order a burger or get a coffee or go and try golf clubs or like buy anything, really? Like, you shouldn't have to worry about it. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about whether you're the right demographic to be at the store or like, I don't know, there's just a million other reasons why it's just dumb. It's just bad for business. If you're a business owner, you would understand this, or if you've gone to any business class or business school, you would completely understand that alienating your consumer base is idiotic. But let's get into this. I'm gonna start with a couple years ago first, and then I'll get into the more recent ones. But Dick's Sporting Goods hires gun control lobbyists. You mean to tell me that one of the bigger gun stores or stores you can buy guns at in the country is lobbying for gun control? Dick's Sporting Goods has reportedly retained several lobbyists to urge lawmakers to take action on gun control, months after restricting gun sales at its stores. The sporting goods chain is working with 3 lobbyists from the Glover Park Group, to take on the topic. Bloomberg reported Thursday, citing a disclosure form filled late last month. Why? It makes no sense. Like, they're so reactionary. Like, it makes no, I don't know. The move comes after Dick's announced following the mass shooting at a Parkland, Florida high school in February that it would stop selling assault-style weapons and high-capacity magazines. Which, assault-style weapons are not a real thing. All guns are assault weapons. You use them to assault someone or defend yourself during an assault, so it's an assault weapon, all of them. Every single one. So when you say ban assault weapons, that's every weapon. It's not a definition. But yeah, Bloomberg noted that it's unusual for retailers to hire lobbyists on topics like guns, a move which could alienate some potential customers. You friggin' goofballs. I don't get it. They think they're gonna get more customers and by alienating their base, and they end up broke. So I don't know. You may remember this one with from Gillette with this ad with the don't, like, the dude stopping the other dude from, you know that meme, going after the girl. But yeah, Gillette, they had an entire ad campaign based on toxic masculinity. A razor company for men, a men's razor company. Like, even if your men are toxic, they're still buying your razor blades. So, like, why would you alienate your base? I don't know. In January, Gillette sparked an online firestorm and boycott threats with an ad about the Me Too movement, challenging men to shave their toxic masculinity. The ad, which depicts various scenes of men bullying and catcalling women, asked, "Is this the best a man can get? Is it?" Oh, I'm so glad that's, like, I don't know, it's so funny. So the backlash that they got was an $8 billion loss. Well, a net loss of $5.24 billion they got for that ad campaign. Like, just from people boycotting. So good job, Gillette. Get woke, go broke. The NBA is quite possibly one of the only other businesses that is outdoing Gillette at this point. I didn't look up how much they've actually lost viewer-wise, but they've had Black Lives Matter on their jerseys. I don't know if it's on the jerseys, but on the courts, on on all their apparel and stuff like that. There's been like kneeling for the national anthem or sitting or whatever, and it's like people don't watch basketball to hear your political views. They don't care, LeBron. They don't care. Just dribble the ball, shoot it in the hoop, do good, and we'll play some bets on the game and make some money or do whatever, Telling people that everything is racist and that our whole country is racist, it's not good for views. It's not good for the business. So it's just silly to me that these people do this. I mean, I understand that you might think you have the moral high ground, but the majority shows that you don't. If you're getting a net loss, that is not good. A Harris poll backs Trump's critique of the NBA, with 39% of sports fans saying they are watching fewer games. And the chief reason why? Politics. The longtime polling agency surveyed nearly 2,000 people over the weekend and gave those who identified as sports fans, 2/3 of the total, 10 options to choose from and why they are watching less basketball. The league has become too political was the clear choice, with 38% of respondents who identified themselves as sports fans. Boring without fans captured 28% of the vote, while the NBA's association with China caused 19% of sports fans to turn the dial. Another nod to the league Trump labeled a political organization last week after players boycotted games in response to a police officer shooting Jacob Blake 7 times in the back in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Get woke, go broke. Like, it's hilarious to me. Like, I hope they go broke. Because if you're silly enough to think this is the right way to move your business, then see you later. Someone will take up the mantle. Then you got the MLB. They made a whole hubbub about the Georgia voting rights laws. And it's like, yeah, I can't think of any baseball players that have been legislatures or in any way, shape, or form know anything about the voting process besides going to the polls. So why would they even make any fuss over it? It makes no sense. It's just pandering to what they think is the majority, but it's not, and the ratings show that. Fox averaged a 0.9 rating and 1.36 million viewers for regional Major League Baseball last Saturday afternoon, marking its smallest MLB audience in 2 years. Not coincidentally, it was also the network's first afternoon regional window in 2 years. Elsewhere, Braves Phillies earned a 0.8 and 1.2 million on ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball, including ESPN2 StatCast coverage, down 30% in ratings and 33% in viewership from Week 5 of last season, but a tick and 2% respectively from last year's comparable date, which is September 1st. Earlier Sunday, a Yankees-Mets doubleheader had a 0.25 and 381,000 on TBS and a 0.18 and 303,000 on ESPN2. So, again, get woke, go broke. And here's just an article showing Major League Baseball on Friday pulled this year's All-Star Game out of Atlanta in protest of Georgia's new restrictive voting law. The Midsummer Classic was set for July 13th at Truist Park, home of the Atlanta Braves, in addition to other activities connected to the game, including the annual MLB Draft. I have decided that the best way to demonstrate our values as a sport is by relocating this year's All-Star Game and MLB Draft, Commissioner Robert D. Manfred Jr. said in a statement. Major League Baseball fundamentally supports voting rights for all Americans and opposes restrictions to the ballot box. Georgia Republicans passed restrictive law changes to the state election process last month. The new law adds a host of restrictions, blah, 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 blah. Where did they go? Where did they move to? I kind of forgot. Yeah, Jim Crow voting law. Let's just look it up. What state? Oh, moving to Denver. Denver? They have the same exact voting laws. Like, what? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That is just so funny. These people are so dumb. Like, it makes no sense. They're either lying or they're stupid. And don't attribute to malice what you can't attribute to stupidity. Okay? But, and then this from Dana White. I love this because it's so true. If you're not a fan of politics and sports, go watch the UFC because they don't talk about COVID. They don't talk about politics. They don't talk about anything besides the sport. And I'm not really a huge fan because it makes me anxious to watch people almost kill each other in a ring. But I respect that for sure. But when you watch sports, you're tuning in to get away from all the crap that's going on in your life, Dana White told Candace Owens in an exclusive interview on the latest episode of Candace. Whether it's personal, professional, political, whatever's going on in the world, that's your time where you tune in. Never once did we talk about COVID. We didn't talk politics. We didn't talk about anything negative that was going on. When you come in and you watch 2 or 3 hours of our fights, you're tuning in for fights. You're coming in to watch a sport. You want to hear all that crap? Watch any other channel. And that's the point. That's the point. You see Coca-Cola. Their lawyer just quit or resigned, I guess, after running the whole it was critical race theory basically in their company. They're teaching that white people have privilege to their employees, and that's like a violation of your rights. So it's like you can't discriminate in the workplace. Get woke, go broke. Coca-Cola. I used to love Coke. I'll never drink another Coca-Cola again. But you know, I'm just a disparaged white man, so I'm a victim. It's tough. It's really hard being a victim, you know. Now I know how liberal white women feel. It's hard. But anyways, what do you think? Get woke, go broke? Is that a thing? Is that why all these businesses are losing money or losing consumers? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Drop a like, share, tell your friends, buy some merch. I don't even care. Do what you want. Hopefully I'll see you next time, and thanks for tuning in. See you later.